I bought a magical curling iron, but it's not that magical, is it?
Your hair looks
It's
adorable.
It's definitely user error.
Oh.
So it's a curling iron that heats up, but it also has a fan to cool your curl before you let it go.
Okay.
It's magical.
It looks really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think it looks great. You know what I can't believe? And I know I've said this before, I can't believe that's your natural color.
Oh, it's pretty.
You have
sparkly.
a couple of little bits of tinsel.
It's tinsel, that's what I like to call
But
it.
it's like, you have the most beautiful natural color.
Thank you.
You're so lucky.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You need to just let your hair go, man.
No, because you mean like the color?
Yeah, like I know that it's pretty, like you don't damage your hair. It's like whatever, 6 months or something. You get
I go
highlights.
very long in between, and I only get highlights. I don't get full color. But my natural color, my natural gray that's coming in is not, it's quite dull.
Then just tone it. Use a blue shampoo or a violet shampoo.
You know, I tried.
Okay.
I tried to be okay with it during the pandemic. And I did for quite a long time. And I think after a while I felt like I was trying to convince myself too much that I was okay with it. But I wasn't. And I think that that's okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know that lots of people are happy to age the way their hair wants to go, and I fully support that. And I think, you know, it's just a personal decision.
Sure.
And, you know, mine I think went a little more prematurely than it was supposed to, because I had a lot of I lost a lot of hair after I had several procedures with general anesthetic, and like I've lost so much hair.
Yeah.
John was looking at an old picture of me once, and he's like, and from high school, my high school graduation, he's like, you really did have twice as much hair.
Wow.
Yeah, and then with, you know, pregnancy and surgery and whatnot, and stress, it falls out.
And you notice it a lot more when your hair's long.
Yeah.
You don't notice it when your hair's short.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could be losing hair at a rate of, I don't know, what's a fast rate? Light years. Is that fast or slow?
Light years?
Yeah.
Light years are fast.
Okay, I could be losing hair at a rate of light speed. Light years.
The speed of light.
The speed of light, there you go. And that's why I'm not a physicist, and I'm dying young, or dying floss.
I don't know, you gotta be pretty smart to do the work that you do. There's a lot of math.
That's the
There
only
is
math that I
lot
can
of
do.
math.
And my trust issues, you know my trust issues. I don't trust a calculator. I have to phone a friend to verify.
There was that time where, what happened? Some of your floss was coming out like way darker, and then you discovered that your scale was broken.
Yes.
And it wasn't broken a lot, but it was just broken enough that it was affecting your recipes.
A couple of decimal places will do the trick.
Yeah, because it doesn't take much.
No.
Okay, yeah, we're 5 minutes in, and
There
we
you
haven't
go.
even introduced ourselves or said hello or anything. We've been talking about hair and malarkey, math.
Yeah.
So, hello,
we are.
Flosstube.
Hi, everyone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome back. My name's Caroline. I'm the owner of Evertote.
And I'm Carrie, and the owner of Roxy Floss.
And we are well rested.
We are well rested.
Yeah.
We hit the ground running.
We did, and we have a lot to share with you today. We've got a lot of stitching, a lot of progress. We've got some finishes. We've got some whips. I've got some knitting to share. Did you bring knitting to share today, or just stitching
I
today?
didn't, because I didn't bring my knitting because I posted about it over the weekend on on holiday Monday. But since then, I've got almost a full sleeve done.
Nice.
So it's coming along. I'm dreading to doing the hood though, because you think, it's just a hood. It's probably like another sweater.
It's a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's all right.
So for those who are new, welcome. We are located in London, Ontario, Canada, and we've also just gotten through hosting the Stitch North retreats. So if you watched our episode 2 weeks ago, we were pretty tired. But yeah, feeling better this week.
Feeling better now.
Finally feeling a lot better. So I have one finish to share. I think you might have more than one.
I have a bit of a I had a bit of a finish bender.
Oh my goodness. So why don't I go first,
Yeah.
and then you can take over, because mine's actually just a little guy. And you know what? I didn't bring the pattern downstairs, but
Look how crisp that is.
I know, right? Came out
Beautiful.
pretty sharp. So this is the Lizzie Kate. No, it's not Lizzie Kate. Is it? Is it Lizzie Kate?
I think so.
Yeah. See, this is why you should have the pattern in front of you. It's the Lizzie Kate Dear Coffee. This is from a trio of charts. I'll try to put in the chart I will put in the chart information in the drop. I'll try to. I will. In the drop down box below. This is the second of those 3 charts that I finished. And my intention, I was going to turn this into a little project bag, but I actually think I'm going to frame it and put it in the kitchen here at the workshop. Okay. So I chose some floss from my stash. I had just finished a heartstring samplery coffee design on the same linen. This is, what count did I use? 32? Yeah, 32 count snickerdoodle, which is a one-of-a-kind Roxy Floss Co linen. And I had finished the other coffee design on the same linen, so I thought it was a good opportunity to have kind of a matching coffee theme going on. The white floss was the leftover floss that I'd used in the other one, as well as the brown. So the white is legendary, and the brown is espresso. The green is, I was gonna say spa day, but it's not, it's grassy. And then the orange, which is one of my favorite oranges that Carrie dyes, is butter chicken. So those were the 4 colors, and I still have some more of that skein of legendary left over. I have to say legendary has got to be one of my favorite, one of my favorite whites.
Yeah.
That you do. It's nice and bright against a fabric that has a little bit of color in it, like this.
I like it.
Yeah, so snickerdoodle is really pretty. We've still got some left for now, but yeah, it is a one-of-a-kind. So yeah, that's my finish.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you. Yeah,
I like it.
This was the only stitching that I brought with me to do at Stitch North. I think I finished maybe 25 stitches.
Yeah. That's
maybe,
usually how that
if
plays
that.
out.
Yeah, and then I didn't touch it for an entire week and a half. And then I just thought, oh, this is ridiculous. There's barely anything left. Just finish it. Yeah, it's so cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nice hot iron, and it turned out
It's
really
very
sweet.
crisp.
Yeah.
Whenever I iron stuff, it still doesn't look like it's ironed.
No?
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Maybe you're not doing it right.
Probably.
Anyways, that was my finish. So your
Excellent.
turn.
Okay.
That is a cute bag.
Isn't that cute?
That's sweet.
I have no idea where I got this. The bag maker did not put a label on it. I think I'd have to go through Etsy and look at my receipts.
Oh, show them the fabric.
Oh, yes.
Look at it. Isn't that cute?
Little owls.
That is so sweet.
With some honeycomb, and I think those are acorns.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, and I like the size of it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit floppy. That's
Yeah.
okay. I like this little leather doohickey thing.
Yeah, that's cute.
So this, oh yeah, it is a problem when you don't have your chart with you.
Uh-oh.
This is called Dancer. There you
Okay.
go. I just had to recall it. So this is Dancer.
I thought you did that on a... Oh my goodness.
Oops.
My memory and what I saw this on a light linen.
Oh, okay.
I could swear in my memory your picture of this. I'm ruining your finish.
No. No, it's okay. Yeah, so
Look
I
at
did.
this. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I did post this on Instagram that it was an FO, and then I looked closer at the picture.
Oh no.
Not so much. I forgot those, but I still didn't
Oh.
finish it, so I will finish it this weekend. This weekend's the weekend.
It's so close. Oh, it's so pretty.
Thanks. I really like her.
That is really, really pretty.
Him or her.
I know what this fabric is. This is an original night owl.
It is. Yeah.
This is a lighter original dye lot of night owl. Wow, that
So it was
is
perfect for
really pretty.
Thank you. Now, the chart has him stitched on a darker fabric, but it's the one with the printed little polka dots on it.
Yeah.
And it looks really cute.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe I could like French knot or something.
Yeah. Oh, like to be little snowflakes around it?
Yeah.
You could.
So we'll see.
That's a lot of French knots. Well, I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I'll probably just leave it.
I
mean,
like
I can't even muster the strength to do that. So those last 10 stitches. So
I don't enjoy working on that fabric, I'll be honest with you. I think the finished look when people use that fabric looks amazing. And I think people who use it, my hat's off to them because I don't enjoy using it.
I've never used it. Is it just printed on one side or something?
I find that it puts too much like for me it's a tactile thing. I have a real issue with you know, touch and texture and things like that, and the sound. And when the needle is going through that area that has the
not for you.
No, it's not for me.
That's cool.
That looks so cute.
Thank you.
Okay, so in 2 weeks it needs to be finished.
Yes, and I might even try to frame it.
Ooh.
I'll practice on that one.
Yeah. Very cool.
Do you want me to like just
yeah,
go through
keep
them?
going.
All right.
This will be the Carrie show today.
Okay, this is gonna blow your mind that this is actually finished.
You did finish it.
I did finish it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Finally finished
Look at that. That's amazing.
So this is
oh,
Birds to the
congratulations.
Boughs. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Lindy
so
Stitches.
pretty.
I think you're in that little crest thing. You were supposed to put like you and your partner's initials.
What did you do? Roxy Burb.
So I put Roxy Burb. Didn't chart it. I just
Roxy
winged it.
is Carrie's bird.
So
and
I might
also
put her
the namesake
birthday.
of Carrie's floss dyeing company. Oh, that's sweet.
So
forget about Mark.
Yeah. It was just a little, I wasn't obviously in a corny mood that night. It's not that I haven't put his initials on stuff,
Maybe
just that
just
particular
don't point it
evening.
out. Okay, tell me the details about it.
So it's called For DMC. It is on, I know this. It is on XJuDesigns 32 count.
Yeah.
Hazelnut.
Oh, it's pretty.
I was in her Fabric of the Month club
a
number of years ago.
And this was one of those?
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Thanks.
And the designer is Lindy Stitches.
Yeah, Stephanie.
Stephanie designs beautiful charts.
She really does.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
Called for floss. Yeah, 2 over 2. Oh, it's so pretty, and you finished it.
I finished it. I just started getting really stressed at how many whips I had.
Yeah.
So as it turned out, I've got 2 big.
I don't understand. I don't understand what that feels like. But,
No.
But I can sympathize.
So I had 2. Are you seeing something that's not?
No. I was admiring this.
Okay.
I was
All
going
right.
to show them this little corner flower because it's so. I wasn't trying to freak you out. This is so pretty. That little. Look at how pretty that corner flower is. Isn't that nice? The little back stitching detail in there. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I liked.
You know, the more
back
when
stitch.
you look at these things that you've done and you think, oh, like look at the lettering, how she's done the lettering with a little bit of back
really
stitch in
does
there
make
is really,
a
really
lot.
pretty. Yeah.
And it was very forgiving for mistakes, just because this was offset a bit in the pattern.
Yeah.
In the chart, this I thought I had made a mistake there, but it was fine. So
We're talking. Sorry, she's talking about the center motif here, and then the flamingos down there.
I thought, oh, was that a mistake? And then I looked at the chart. It's like, no, that's cool. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So you can see the medallion has been a little bit offset.
Yeah. So it really
There.
did pave the way for any other design changes I made.
Right. Oh, it's so beautiful, Carrie.
Thank you.
Congratulations! Drum roll.
I feel like I need to put something else in that little, I don't know, what is that, a cartouche? That's not a cartouche, but
Well, yeah.
some medallion thingy.
Yep.
Just to balance it out.
Well,
but
pick another bird. Frankie Franco.
I was going to put them, they're all their names, and I thought,
That's a lot of birds.
it is. even at 1/1, it wasn't gonna fit.
Well, it's too bad Roxy doesn't have a boyfriend, right?
Oh, that's true.
It's really
Thanks.
pretty. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that got finished.
Frankie is another bird of Kerri's. And
So I don't know, have I said that?
I don't think so. That's a good story though.
So when Frankie's an African gray, and when she was 7, she got DNA'd to find out that she was actually a female. And for the first 7 years of her life, they thought she was a boy. So her name was Frank. And then at 7, they changed her name to Frankie. And then she gets boarded, because you can board exotic birds at certain places. And they have another bird called Miko. So Frankie came home calling herself Franco. So sometimes she'll just sit on her perch, and depends what mood she's in, she'll say Frank, Frankie, Franco. Frank, Frankie, Franco. So it's kind of funny.
And didn't she do something to Susan when Susan came to visit, and Susan was calling her Frankie?
Oh, and she got
Frankie, Frankie, and she said Frank.
The things that she comes
They're
up
quite
with,
humorous,
Yeah.
your birds, I have to say.
They all are, like all exotic birds
They're
are.
little chuckleheads.
A lot of people believe that they're just mimicking, and they do pick up what you're saying, but they use it in context.
They use it in context,
Which
which is
freaks me
really,
out.
really funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, Frankie's getting quite disgusted with our other green sheet conure, Alfie.
Yeah.
And Alfie has been very vocal lately. I don't know if it's a hormonal thing, but she gives him hell all the time. Alf, stop. And she doesn't call him Alfie, it's Alf. Alf, stop.
They're like little people. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
So my next finish
oh my goodness.
is,
You finished that?
well,
You
I
did
did
not.
my original plan without doing the alphabet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
So this is a
Amazing.
Jacob chart, which is behind vinyl.
That's a
Real
Shiba
comfort.
design, right?
Yeah, the bag is Shiba design. And
Jacob's.
Real Comfort.
Modern Folk Embroidery, Real Comfort, a Jane Austen sampler. Love it.
This is on Roxy Floss, yada yada.
Mysterious. One of a
Mysterious.
kind.
And with Chalkboard.
Oh, beautiful.
So I think at one point you said that I should proceed and do the alphabet, but really for me it was all about the quote.
Was I that bossy about it?
A little bit, but
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
No. And then I sat and I thought, okay, this is,
You know what,
this is
Carrie?
finished.
It's perfect the way
I like
it is.
it. I
It
might
is
even be able to get it
beautiful.
into store-bought frame.
So this is a 36 count, 1/2.
Yeah.
With chalkboard, yeah. Roxy Floss Co. Chalkboard. Yeah. Oh
So I'm
my
quite pleased with
goodness.
it.
So you know how chalkboard was, we're gonna tell you a little secret.
Inside scoop.
Something that's not released yet but is coming. So many of you who love modern folk embroidery will know that Carrie has worked with Jacob developing a few of colors that he's always sort of wanted to have. Chalkboard being one of them. Falu Red was the next one.
Yeah.
Well, there's a new one coming. It's going to be released on June the 5th. And I'm not going to tell you the name of it because the name kind of gives away...
Totally gives it away.
It totally gives
Yeah.
it away, but there's something really special coming, June 5th. So if you're a fan of modern folk embroidery and you're a fan of you know, these things that he does, it's going to be good.
It's a biggie.
It's a biggie.
It's a biggie.
It's a biggie, and it's really good. And there's a very particular floss color that Carrie has developed, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Several kicks at
Took
the can.
several tries. It did.
But we got it.
So I can't believe you finished that. Is that it, or do you have more?
And then I did some fairly
Right.
significant progress.
Well,
So you
amazing.
do
Okay.
You do your whips.
Yeah, I can do some whips. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 whips that I've been working on.
Nice.
And well, three socks, 3 different socks, not like from different pairs, but I'll save those for a minute. Okay, so first of all, I'll share with you, I finished my 6-hour rotation on 2 different projects. So
I just have to interject.
yes.
I'm very proud of you that
Thank
you're
you.
maintaining your timer
Thank
system.
you. It's
That's
really
fun.
it's really working quite well. I don't often love to self-diagnose, but the more time that passes and the more I read about ADD, ADHD, I think that I definitely have some characteristics of that lifestyle. But I do find that the timer does help me focus, and it helps me actually get some substantial progress on a project, which I find very satisfying. So win-win. The timer that I use, because I have been asked when I mention it, it's called Multi-Timer. It's an app. I do have an iPhone, and I just got it. It was a freebie app in the App Store. It has 6 different timers on them within the app. And so I set it up with 5 different whips that I want to work on, 6 hours for each one. The 6th timer I'm using for my stitch along that I'm hosting for the friendship sampler from Ellen Reed Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, 2 of the whips that I've had on there, I have now completed a 6-hour rotation. So
great.
First one was Crow's Feet Stitching Flora McCullough. This is a reproduction sampler from our friend Ruthie over in the UK. It is a super sweet sampler. Now, what's funny about this is, you know, every time I talk about this, it's almost like I find something new, right? So before, when I talked about it, I was doing the 1/1 lettering, and I couldn't figure out what these little words were at the bottom. And I mean, it says it right in the title, right? It's basically the date that she stitched it, but the lettering was odd. But it's 1846, the 1st of August. So that was the first thing that I figured out. And then, so when I went to work on it again, I really took my time and I read through, Ruthie's put a lot of work, genealogical research into this chart. And so the whole first half of this booklet chart is based on the research that she did and interesting facts. And, you know, she mentioned something about the border and Flora stitching the border. And she sort of thought it was quite funny that Flora clearly got bored of stitching the border. When you look at it, and I read it, and then I looked at it again, and I thought, yeah, she's right. Because it's clear that Flora worked her way around, is that focused? Can you see it?
I'll get out of the way.
There we go. So she worked her way around the border, and you can see there's lots and lots of pretty red leaves. Lots and lots and lots of pretty red leaves, and then she sort of ran out of steam. Until she got to this side where there's maybe half the number of leaves, and Flora was just like, that's it, done, good enough. No alphabet for me.
That's amazing.
Isn't that funny? Look at it, right? It's like, she's like, yeah, I've had enough of those leaves.
Yeah.
Done.
I love it.
Which I just think is so charming. So here's my 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Is now complete. So this one's going away for a little while. So I finished the mosaic tile work at the bottom. It's kind of like a, I don't know, that's what I think about it as like a mosaic, you know, driveway or something out front of a building. How else would you describe that? Like an outdoor rug, I guess. So that's finished. That took a lot longer than I expected it to. First of all, I was at a little retreat, so I was chatty. And then I was distracted and I went too far. And then I had a whole bunch of stitching done over here that I had to rip out and redo. And then I did, this is a ship, this is a boat in this corner here, and I've stitched the entire bottom of that. I just need to do the sails on that. Apologies for the beeping and noises outside. There is a lot of construction going on. And then I worked up, I started my borders on my sides. So yeah, that's coming along.
Do you find that you actually want to dig your eyes out doing the entire border at once?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I am not, I just can't.
Yeah, I really tried hard and I
I find it very, very dull.
Yeah.
I really.
Not unlike Flora.
Flora's like, yeah. Caroline's like, yep, I agree with you, Flora. I'm done. But yeah, a little bit at a time, I'm good. I also, it makes me really nervous that it's not gonna line up.
Yeah.
Like Ellen stitches she'll stitch the vine around the whole thing first.
Yeah.
And then she'll start filling, and it's fast, right? And then that part is done. Whereas I wanna do the fun little bits in the middle. And then it's like eating, you know, your vegetables when you do the side. And it's like, okay, well, a little bit further. And then it's really satisfying to watch it grow upwards, right?
Yeah.
So
Somebody else does that.
what, the entire border?
Yeah.
Well, lots of stitchers do.
Yeah.
But
It's too much.
no. No.
It is satisfying when it does meet up though.
Yes. But I don't know. I'm too paranoid that my counting is going to be completely wrong. I already make enough mistakes.
You need the meat and potatoes in the middle
to
count off of.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 6 hours done.
Nice.
Check, check. So I am going to replace that with Hibernation Day. So
Okay.
Hibernation Day is going into the mix. So that'll be fun. The other big project that, oh my gosh, I've completely fallen back in love with this one. And actually, I am not I'm not replacing another whip. I'm gonna do another 6-hour rotation.
Oh wow.
On the same
one.
one.
That is commitment.
Because I'm totally in love with it. This is my Song of the Nightingale. I don't have the chart here with me today, but that's,
Wow.
yeah, right?
See now,
I
brought
this
home
so
a bag.
much.
I brought home a bag of whips to just start getting through. And I opened the bag to this.
Yeah.
And I actually went, and I put it back. I don't know why. But
That's an odd reaction. But you know,
it was unnecessary actually. But I just couldn't deal with it that evening.
well, you know, it's a lot.
It is.
It's because it's the negative space. It's the Azizi style of embroidery where you're stitching the background and the pattern is in relief, right? So you have to really count, you have to watch. And I did actually make a little mistake. I missed what should have been an open stitch in this corner. But I absolutely love it. It's just turning out so much nicer than I'd even hoped it would.
Now, the good thing about this one is that it's quite geometric.
Yes.
So you can tackle it in little sections
Oh, yeah.
and get little motifs done.
Yeah.
Unlike Turkish Delight.
Yeah, Turkish Delight. Yeah, they're totally different, right? So this is a 46 count porcelain linen and 1 strand of floss over 2, and I am using the called for just navy, Delft, and ochre, which are all Roxy Floss Co colors. And so this corner, almost all of this entirely was done in that 6 hours.
Wow.
So it's pretty slow going because it's small and you have to really count, but really truly satisfying stitching. I enjoyed every minute of it. So much that I'm gonna do another 6 hours because I can't wait to watch it grow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So my hope is to keep coming up. I want to keep bringing up here so that this bottom corner is done.
Yeah.
This almanac frame, I don't have quite enough space here to do the entire design up here. And this is an eighth of a yard. It's not quite tall enough. So it was tricky to get it into this frame because of the size of sidebars that I have. So I have a feeling once I'm done this bottom, I'm gonna have to put it on regular scroll rods. I really like 46 count. I don't know, cause I've got 46 count, I'm working on the Oh, these are, because I'll be asked. I have the Hearthside Craftworks floor frames that we make. We have adjustable brackets that make the tension rod frames fit into this roll. That's all that is. They're just the brackets. I'm working on a 46 count for Quaint Rose Needle Arts.
Yeah.
The Quaint Quakers, the spring one.
Yeah.
And I have that on scroll rods, and I don't mind it, but I do like the really tight tension. I can do both, but it's really nice to have that tight tension on the 46 count. Makes the holes just, yeah,
Itsy bits.
Yeah.
Bigger.
yeah, yeah, that's nice.
Well, that's good. Now that makes me want to pull mine out.
Right? Once you start working on it, it really, and you see all the little motifs kind of appear out in front of you, right? Yeah. It's very satisfying.
Because you work off of your paper chart, right?
I do.
So I work off of my iPad, and it's blowing up quite a bit. So I do find that I really have no idea what I'm stitching. I'm just dealing with such a small little area. And then I look at it, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to life, it's really, impressive. I like it. Cool. All right, well, those are the 2 whips that are now off my 6-hour rotation done. Do you want to take a turn, and then I'll talk about my other ones?
So the next thing that I brought out was Charlotte Griffith's.
Oh.
I don't have a picture of it. This was the start along with Cross Stitch Kate from Minneapolis that I started for about a week, and then abandoned and picked it up again. Oops.
And you did do the entire outside. What happened there?
Oh, that's a problem.
What?
Look at this hot mess.
What happened?
So this, I bind it, the linen on with fancy floss, because I can do that. And then I've caught the tail of it. This is what happens when you don't flip your work.
Oh,
and you don't know what the hell's going on.
In.
I sewed it in, so that's fine.
Oh,
Whatever.
I see, okay.
I'll just clip that. Do you have scissors right here?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Don't do that.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go like this.
Yeah, just do that, and then you can't see it, and then it don't pull it.
I did do the entire border.
Look at that! Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
And then I thought that I would do all of the leaves and the bud for all the flowers, and then I pulled the flora.
And then you bailed.
And then I bailed. So border did meet up, check. And then I'm just bouncing back and forth between flowers.
So let's show the color. That's so beautiful.
It looks really dark.
I think we did put a floss pack for this in the...
Did you?
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
So Hannah
did a conversion
for
you. Yeah.
So I did post this on Instagram, and Kate did comment and say, oh, you're further along than I am.
Oh,
it's
good.
Like,
whew. That is beautiful.
Thanks.
Wow,
yeah, I really
it's
like
so
that.
delicate and pretty.
I don't know if I'll work on that tonight. It might go away and I'll pull something else out. I've been working on it for 3 nights, so that's about my attention span.
That's so pretty.
Thank you. I should mention this too. This is living in, well, it came here today in this scroll rod bag that Candace made.
I can sew make that.
I can sew make that. So you just, because I was using either a pillowcase or my yoga mat bag. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
My yoga mat doesn't have to share now.
Yeah. I should make some of those. They're really handy.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Very nice quality.
Yeah. She's a great sewist.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's that.
Okay. Cool.
Everything else that I have is just knitting. I've got 3 sweaters on the go, and I'm going to start a hat tonight.
Oh, starting a hat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my floss for Song of the Nightingale, and this is my floss for Flora. So what I've been doing is keeping, I've been using, my new favorite thing are the smaller project bags, and then I'll just keep my floss on a ring with the project name on the card, and then just stick the floss in the bag. So that's Flora's floss. So Ellen Reed, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. I am hosting a stitch along. My friend Ellen's sampler. Hashtag my friend Ellen's sampler. And this is the, nope, that's not it.
You've got some
Oh, I got two.
here.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you. This is the chart here, friendship sampler. Now I am doing a modified version of this, smaller one. Basically, it's a version of the sampler that Ellen includes. It's pretty much like the smaller version that she includes in the booklet, with some minor differences. This chart is really customizable to however you want to stitch it. So this is where I'm at. Now I've got my floss. You can see I stopped mid. There we go. So I have a completed alphabet finally, and I'm just finishing the border. I really need to finish that because I am dying to get to the flowers in the border. That's where I'm going next. I'm gonna go above and I'm gonna stitch the flowers in the border so that I'm done the top. And then I'm gonna work my way around along the entire top row of the border and finish that, because then the top will be done. My top doesn't have the, my top does not have that row of flowers there. Mine goes directly from the alphabet to the top row of flowers. So I'm going right up there. And the colors, I just love them. So I'm excited to get some color into this. And that's what I'll be doing this weekend.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I have to add in the little flowers that are in the alphabet. I haven't done those yet, but frankly, I need to add some color. So I'm going there next. So that's that. That's my friendship sampler. And so I've been working on that. And then because I finished something, because I finished that tiny little coffee chart, I thought, you know what? I'm starting something new. And technically this is work. I had to start this. This here was the 2023 Stitch North exclusive kit. That beeping is driving me bonkers.
I didn't hear it until you just said
so
something
I'm
about
sorry. All I can hear in my ear is the construction truck backing up. But anyways, I shall carry on. Apologies. Now that's all you're going to be able to hear as well. We had Evertote, Roxy Floss Co, and Leanne of 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. We collaborated together this year for the Stitch North exclusive kit. Now, because we wanted this to have a larger impact on the scope of this project, we did release this chart for general sales last week to everyone who would like to participate. Because the idea behind this is that we're going to stitch 5 different designs and turn it into a 9-patch square using quilting cotton to fill in the blanks. So I'll actually be doing a separate video as we get further along on this project. These charts are being released one by one. So only the first chart is out of the 5 total. But also, of course, they can be stitched as standalone designs. They are based on a larger sampler that Leanne has in her collection that has a whole bunch of different individual motifs on it. It's absolutely beautiful. We have photos of it on the website under this listing. So yeah, I had to start this weekend. So this is Sing After the Storm, and here's my start. It's so pretty.
It's very good.
It's so pretty. Look at that.
The colors are amazing.
This isn't normally something that I'm drawn to immediately, but I have to tell you that I think this is kind of turning into my jam, because normally color changes like that drive me bananas. But I don't know why. It's really satisfying. It's growing really quickly. The color palette is, the color palette that Leanne chose is absolutely beautiful. Those colors together. Your new dye lot of asparagus and it's arugula. Arugula, asparagus, and almond. This color here with those greens, it's beautiful. And look at this arugula in there as well.
This is kind of your palette anyways,
yeah,
right?
it really is.
The greens.
Those colors, I love them. And strawberry shortcake, this floss here, this is a hand paint. So this is kind of a special floss because, of course, every dye lot that Kerri does turns out different. Every hank turns out different because of the variegation in this floss. And it is so beautiful. It's so pretty. Look at the color in that. So that's strawberry shortcake. And you can see in the bird, see all of the lighter rose pink in there? That's all strawberry shortcake. So it shows the variegation in that little part of the bird. It's so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, and of course I started the vine. I came to work on Tuesday after the holiday and I was so excited. I said, look, I started this. And then I took the thing off and there were like 5 stitches on it. And they were like, that's it. Yay. So I have done a little bit more since then. So this is a 40 count linen, 40 count Panettone, which is the called for linen that Leanne used to design it with, and the called for flosses. So the kits are being sold with 1/8 of a yard of linen or 1/6 of a yard of Aida. That's kind of the recommended size that goes with each of the 5 charts that are not released yet, but coming down the line. Because it's such a small chart, if you're careful with your fabric, you can probably fit 2 of the designs on 1/8. But you have to do your own math and make your own decisions about that. The hope is that this will really turn into a very traditional feeling, use what you have kind of project where all of, like, if the dye lots are all different and the quilting cotton that you use to fill in the blanks in between the squares is kind of maybe treasures from your stash or your mom's or your grandma's sewing stash. That's kind of the goal that I'm going for with this project, and I'll have videos along the way as I get further on in the project once we have, you know, more than a couple of the squares done, you know, where to cut them down. And because we have people doing these on all different sizes of fabrics, right? So obviously if you're doing this 2/2 on 28 count, your square is going to be quite a bit bigger, right? So maybe you don't want to turn your finished 9 patch into a project bag. Maybe you want to turn yours into a pillow or a larger tote bag, or even a, you know, a quilt panel, something like that. Really, the options are, you're only limited by your imagination where you can go with this, which I love. I love the scope of this project. I think it's gonna be really fun.
It's really sweet.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. It's been really, really a fun stitch. And it's moving pretty quickly. I think because every time I add in a new color, I'm like, ooh, look at that. So I was like, oh, I just have to put in one more. You can start to see the real appeal of those full coverage pieces.
Oh yeah.
Right? So, anyway, we'll see. Okay, so before we leave the subject of 1897 schoolhouse samplers, I need to, first of all, issue an apology, and second of all, tell you the truth about this chart here. This chart here, about to take wing. I showed this 2 weeks ago, and I told you how it was the freebie in the swag bag, and that we were going to be listing it in the shop. We haven't listed it yet. It is, it'll be next week before it's listed. If you can't wait, just send us an email and we'll set aside a copy for you. But I forgot to make the very clear distinction that this was only in the swag bag for weekend 1, because we only required the designer's their sort of fee for vending at the retreat was providing an item for the swag bag, and they weren't required to give items for weekends when they weren't vending. And Leanne, Schoolhouse Samplers, was only there weekend 1. So she only gave us enough charts for the registrants on weekend 1, not for weekend 2. Weekend 2, Candace of I Can So Make That was there, and so you received something in your swag bag that weekend 1 didn't get. We got a lot of emails last week from people who thought that they hadn't received it in their swag bag on weekend 2. And so I do apologize for that. That was my mistake for not clarifying that when I showed the pattern. I am sorry. I didn't have any to give to you in weekend 2. So I'm sorry. It is a beautiful chart. We will have them available for purchase next week. I think that's it. Oh, I've got my socks. So I could, now that we're at the end of the stitching stuff. So if you have no interest in knitting, we can say goodbye, I guess.
Oh, I do have a little.
Oh, you do?
Tidbit, a little fun thing to show.
Oh, well, your turn.
Life with birds.
Okay.
So
no.
It turned out all right, but Beatrice, another one of my birds, she's a Senegal. She's a really sweet bird. She's really kind of low-key and just wants to hang out with you. She's an old world parrot with a shorter tail and kind of a thicker head and neck. Mark changed, so we have a little routine at night. We get home from work and the birds come out and hang out with us for a number of hours. While they're out, we do the maintenance on their cages and top up their food and change their waters and give everybody baths if they want them, and it's like having perpetual toddlers. So Mark changed the water that night, but he didn't latch the door to the water dish. So all the big parrots, their food door and their water door are separate doors.
Okay.
So he changed the water but didn't latch. Parrots are pretty clever, so she figured out sometime during the night that, hey, some idiot didn't lock my door. So she had free reign in my crawfish. Crawfish/aviary. So I went in the morning and noticed that her door was wide open at that point, and I started surveying the room to see what she'd gotten into. First, I looked at the furniture. All the furniture was intact because she will buzzsaw through furniture. I'm expecting my cabinets to be all worn down. No, she made her way over to my pegboard where I keep all of my embroidery cotton. So I thought, okay, this looks all intact. Nothing's all shredded. I looked down on the table. I don't even know how to show this to you. To find this. See all those confettis? She ate every single tag off of the floss. Didn't touch the floss. So
she ate the tags?
That's all that's left. So all the floss, you can see how it was on the tag.
Those tags are not
on the
small.
Tag. And that is the
from
confetti.
All of those?
She ate it all, but didn't damage the floss. So she spent her night. That's what she did. She just ate all the paper.
Was she sick?
Oh no. She would have put it into her crop and then regurgitated it. And they love paper and cardboard. So yeah, here's that's what's left of that. So Beatrice had a very fun evening, and now I've got a pile of floss that I don't know really what the colors are. So I'm gonna have to put it on tags again and maybe get some hints as to what
that is hilarious. And you've still got the knot.
Oh yeah, I still have the knot.
the knot at the
knots
top
on all of them.
Thing.
Like she did not damage anything.
Oh,
but, like it's like look at. The cardboard's still in there.
She had a fantastic time, clearly.
Yes, absolutely, but like it's no joke. That's all the paper that's left.
That is astonishing.
Yeah.
Aww.
And she was back in her cage by the morning. She went in there, messed everything up, and then went back to her.
Yeah.
Her
Nothing
cage.
to see here.
No.
nothing to see here.
So, and then of course the cats got it. So there's
Oh.
tons of cat fur in it, but the cats did more damage at finding it the next day than she did.
Oh.
So that's my life with birds story.
I guess Mark probably got an earful about latching the door.
No, it's like, you forgot to close the door again. I'm thankful that it wasn't Frank.
Yeah.
Because Frankie would have had a heyday.
Oh boy.
Yeah. She would have eaten the legs off my desk.
What can you say?
Yeah.
They do like to do that, don't they, to furniture? I know my parents, my parents, not my parents, our friends have an African gray.
Oh yeah.
Who has nibbled all of the molding off the tops of their cabinetry in the kitchen.
Yeah. That's a true story. Not our kitchen cabinets, but Frankie, our main floor powder room, our 2-piece bathroom. We have an older style toilet with the toilet bolt covers.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks those are her eggs.
Oh.
And she'll collect them and then put them on the rug in the bathroom and then just hang out with them. And she defends them. Like, if she's in there sitting on her toilet bolt eggs, you don't go into the bathroom because she will draw blood. But if the door is closed and she can't get at her toilet bolt eggs, she's eaten all the trim going into the bathroom, and then to get nesting material, she's eaten all the baseboards, and she's right down to the drywall. She's gone right through the baseboard into the drywall.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We have friends come over and they look at, did you know that your baseboards are like right down to the drywall? Yeah, we're aware, thanks. Have you had an anxious dog before? This is our anxious dog.
Who knew, right? Oh,
craziness.
That's quite something. It is getting louder and louder out there. Hopefully you're still with us even through the beeping. Apologies.
Wow, look at that.
So, yes. So sock knitting, I did take, I started a couple of new socks at the Stitch North retreats because stitching for me there is impossible. I'm talking too much to too many different people. I can't focus. Knitting socks is very simple. I don't have to think. I don't even have to count. I just have to go round and round. So I started a new sock. I just love this yarn.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Timber Yarns self-striping yarn in the Gerber colorway. And it is bright and happy, and oh, I just love it. Love it. So I started that. I started another, because I forgot to take that back weekend too. So I was here at the workshop and I had more sock yarn, so I just took a new ball of yarn. This is by Night Owl Fibers. This was a gift. This was sent to me, and I've misplaced the name of the person who sent this to me. It was either Carrie in Australia or it was another lady from the States. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and I can't remember.
It looks like lollipop yarn, the way she's...
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that this is wound, so you can see how the stripes are gonna, how they're gonna be. So I started another sock on weekend too. So that's that. The reason I'm showing you my socks is because in September, I'm going to be hosting a knit along as well as a stitch along for Sampler September with Timber Yarns and Ellen of Maximum Cross Stitch. And because it's a self-striping yarn, this is actually the yarn here. So this is the sock yarn I'm going to be using. But what you can see, these are the socks that Heather knit. And Heather has used a contrasting yarn for the heel, and the toe. I mean, it's the same colors, but these were from mini skeins. The toe, the heel, and the cuff. But we're not selling the sock yarn with those extra minis. So I have decided to learn how to do an afterthought heel, which is a way that you can knit your heel when you have a self-striping yarn so that the stripes will continue and you'll get what ends up looking like a bullseye on your heel. And basically it's like knitting a toe, 2 toes. So this kind of is where your heel will be the same kind of construction as how you make a toe. And I actually think this might be an afterthought heel as well.
It is.
Yeah. So I've never done one before. So So I thought I should probably practice before we get to September. So you might remember that I'm knitting these beautiful socks. This was a yarn that Kerri bought for both of us before we went to England. And it's by a UK-based dyer called Trailing Clouds on Etsy, and the yarn is called Mind the Gap. And it's based on all of the colors
of the London Underground.
Of the lines on the London Underground.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful yarn. It's really pretty. The colors are just so happy. And so because I do not want to add a contrasting yarn to this for the heel and toe, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to learn how to do an afterthought heel. Kerri has done lots of them. I have done none. So I've started watching tutorial videos, preparing. So my question to you is, how long, because I want to, you keep knitting, right? You knit until you finish the whole tube, you knit the toe, and then you put in the heel. How do you measure to know where? Because I know where I want to put the heel in, right?
Okay.
I want to put the heel in that red stripe there, because I know that that's how long I want my leg.
Yeah.
And I know that's where I want the heel to start. But I'm used to a heel flap.
Right.
So should I put it in lower down? Should I put it in at where the, like at the bottom of your foot, or where I would normally start a heel flap?
So first of all, when I knit from the cuff down, I don't even worry about it. I just know that my foot is, I think my foot is 9 inches long or 9 1/4 inches long. And then I like a 7-inch cuff. So I go for 17 inches. From here, I just knit for 17 inches, do my toe. Then when it's off the circular needles, I can lay it flat, and then I take a darning needle and I pick up those stitches on just half of the sock. Now, wherever you want your heel, you just measure from the end of your finished toe back minus your negative ease. So if you've got a 9-inch foot and then you want an inch of negative ease, then
for your heel.
So that when the sock stretches it.
Oh, see how I was going to, because I do have I have a high arch. And so normally when I knit a heel flap, I knit it extra long, right?
So you'll do the same thing with,
but
so I have
how
a high
I
arch
was
as
going
well.
to, how I was going to allow for that was to knit a couple of extra rounds into the heel.
That's exactly what I do too.
Okay, okay.
I usually do 5 or 6 extra. You can see that Heather hasn't done that here. She's just jumped right into her,
into the heel,
into her decreases.
Okay.
So
I guess my question is, I'm not worried about doing the heel itself. My main concern is knowing where to put it in so that it's in the correct measurement for my foot.
Yeah, so I would just take a step on a ruler to see how long your foot is, measure a pair of socks that are complete, see how long you like the leg length, add those 2 numbers together and just knit.
Okay.
Minus, I don't know what that measurement is, 2.5 inches for your heel, or for your toe, I mean?
It's less. It's like 1 3/4 inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you say you want an overall length of 19 inches, then you back off your toe box. So quick math, 17 1/4 inches.
Yeah.
So you'll knit for 17 1/4 inches, do your toe.
Okay.
Take it off the needles, obviously, and then put in your heel.
Okay.
From the end of your toe box.
Okay.
Measure back from your...
So you'll help me.
Of course.
When I get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't have words to... My words aren't very good at explaining.
All right. Well, maybe we'll do a little video then.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to put my heel in, we'll do a little video.
I know that there's a way that you can knit waste yarn, but to be honest, I don't know how to do it on circulars.
I watched how to do it. No, she wasn't on circulars. She was on DPNs, and she used dental floss.
Okay.
And she used a darning needle and dental floss, and then she put in a row of like a holder, right?
Yeah.
And then she knit an extra row.
Okay.
With waste yarn.
Yeah.
And then she put in another row of dental floss.
Okay.
And then she continued on.
Okay, see, I wait right until the end, then put darn my first holder in, go 2 or 3 rows, put in my second holder, and then snip that middle stitch and start unraveling it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll deal with it.
Okay.
When you get there. I would just knit the sock.
I'm gonna knit the sock. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Because it's so pretty. I can't wait. So yeah, I'm learning something new, which I'm excited about.
It's fun. I'm interested to hear when they're done how you like the fit of the afterthought. Some people love it, some people don't like it.
Well, and that's because I really like my heel flap and gusset.
Same here.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful. Now, will it wear as well? Is my other, because I like the slip stitch of the heel flap.
I've never worn through, but I've got so many pairs of knit socks that I don't think they get enough wear to go through them.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, afterthought, you can just rip it out and put another one in.
That's true. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, clever.
Pros and cons.
Clever. So yeah, if you have always wanted to learn how to knit, we highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Knitting,
it's fun.
Knitting is so fun.
I've heard of a number of people since Stitch North who have dusted off their knitting needles.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do with you being behind the table at Evertote, and you were standing there and you had your arm hooked through your knitting bag and you were just knitting your sweater, which was pretty cool.
I think Shiloh was doing a lot of knitting as well.
Yeah. Knitting is awesome.
Knitting is awesome.
Knitting is awesome.
Andrea Mowry's having her cast on day today for her old port hat.
Ooh.
So it's like a weekend. She dares you to finish a hat in 4 days.
Oh,
so
lordy.
it's a brioche hat.
Oh.
With a double brim. So we'll see.
You're not going to do it, are
you?
Are you really?
Yeah, I caked my yarn this morning. What the hell?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
We'll see. I probably won't finish it this weekend, but it'll be fun. I haven't done brioche for 4 years, so we'll see.
Yeah, I did not. I took a class in brioche and I did not do well. I did not do well at all. It didn't agree with me at all. I found it very difficult. I couldn't quite wrap my brain around it.
I think it has to do with who's teaching it.
Yeah, could be.
Some people I think make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah. Knitting for me is like, I don't know, I need for it to be fairly basic. I don't have a lot of patience for when it's hard. So I feel like the afterthought heel is a good small thing, small new thing that I can learn how to do to sort of up my game with sock knitting. Because I'm really happy with the amount of knitting I do, because stitching is really always first for me.
Yeah. Well, other than the placement for the heel, it's just another toe. So you already have the skills.
Oh yeah, I have the skills. My concern is knowing where to put it in and not getting it wrong and then being completely annoyed that the socks don't fit.
Right.
Because once you snip, once you cut that heel in, it's going to fit somebody. Yeah. I want that somebody to be me. So, anyway. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think that's it.
I think that's it. We talked their ears off.
We did. We did. Thank you for visiting with us today. And our trucks outside. Things are, they mean business out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my battery's about to die too. So we're good.
Timing.
Good timing. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we just needed another 15 seconds. My memory card filled up and we were just about to say goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Happy stitching, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care.